It is so much worse.
I'm really curious. You seem way higher on the Kuzenbo list than I was actually thinking. We'll see if it works out here in game number 1 as we go down to JMac and Mifflin.
That's right. It's the battle for first seed going in out of this tournament and then in towards the Masters event between the Leviathans and the Camelot Kings. It's JMac, Mifflin, and Doug.
Of course, Yamoja, EI Jutsu, plenty of options. As Zapman takes a good deal of damage here.
No beads on him either. Dunk down in is good for the Camelot Kings, but the river is up. Fortunex pick one through, adapting, grabs one with the Ragnarok, but he's stunned immediately and turned right back around on double kill for Genetics on the side of the Camelot Kings.
Up in the jungle and just nurse the slight lead he already has.
All Nold for adapting. Variety will channel his just to get some of those knockups through there. And now we'll push adapting against the wall. One of the great ways to break out of that brutalizer with Captain Twig showing up. It's another kill for the Camelot Kings. Captain Twig, credit for that one. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was a crit
standard with which he has set for himself and the rest of the Kings.
Gank to Shinto, stun connect. Shinto holds on to beads, but Captain Twig just does so much damage and gets just a couple of extra crits to make sure to knock down Shinto. 2 on the board for Captain Twig. And maybe trying to make it a third one. The Pyramids, or at least Leviathan, started up, but a couple of bombs from BMT make it difficult. Variety on the run. He'll turn around and throw out one of the Kappas, but that's the last thing that Adapted gets to do. Tries to go in for the watery grave, but with 4 people surrounding, it's just a little too much damage, and the Leviathan's now on the board.
With that objective, Variety gonna have to play now. Heavenly Banner giving over additional attack speed to his allies as well as himself. Means that he'll shred it fast.
Oh, wrong use, surrounded now by 3 with BNT showing up. Stun is good, and one more auto from Captain Twig puts him on a killing spree. 5 on the board for the Camelot Kings, 3 in the pocket of the Ratatosker. The Camelot Kings striking hard, striking fast, move over immediately towards the mid lane. As soon as the wave steps in, Shinto loses out on tier 1. We'll see where Captain Twig gets active. BMT under fire, attempt to be pulled back into the coffin. The long beads by BMT, he's gonna get pulled right back in. Doesn't get stunned by him, and now the team has showed up. The cavalry of Captain Twig of Genetics, it's enough to keep BMT alive. The shell, not quite enough through, but now it's fine. Okay, dropping the cage to lock in 3, but Variety is broken through. Will continue the chase forward, and the Camelot Kings surging with it. It's a 2-for-1 trade, and it might be even 3. Final K trying to get to a wall to jump over, and he gets just enough distance, but now it's Zapman under fire. Captain Twig chasing him out. He gets the stun as soon as he lands through, and a 3rd kill for the Kings.
The peel from the Camelot Kings in that engagement, J-Mac. Am I watching a Warriors game?
No, don't be fooled. No Warriors here, just the Kings. Variety pushes Wrong You against the wall. Final K trying to make and wreak havoc inside the pit, but the Fire Giant has not been fully leashed. Yarkor's still stuck inside, at least with him, but now the Rivers of Beauty doesn't catch Shinto, but it does keep Wrong You separated. Final K by himself in the middle of 3. Fire never fully got reset by the Kings. Genetics may sacrifice his life to let the Kings go through, but Variety shows up, and even with the Ragnarok picking him back up, Genetics only goes down at the tail end of the fight. A 1-for-1, but fire on 4 of the Kings.
It's early. That's an early Fire Giant for the Camelot Kings, so it's going to be difficult to leverage it. Each other as possible, I think, are the Camelot Kings. Captain Twig with that global presence can go where he is needed. Big Man Tings down to 50%. Good poke from Shinto. That might just be it for the push on right. Meanwhile, on left, haven't had any luck there either.
Captain Twig, though, up on the tree. He'll dunk down. Misses Final K. Blinks inside the cage to fight. Maybe questionable because now Adapting has shown up. A fast dash out by BMT, but it's not enough. Doesn't stop the Brutalize from Adapting, but goes down in a 1-for-1 at the end. Still 2 up for Leviathans in total. Meanwhile, the fight on the left side didn't go well for the Camelot Kings either. Genetics and Yark both forced away while Variety keeps 2 busy.
Adapting plays it perfectly there. The pre-beads to deal with Big Man Tings' stun.
Hit by a bit of CC. Fire Giant down to half HP while Variety tries to zone on the left side. It's Final K and Wrong You inside the pit, pushing the Camelot Kings back, but now Wrong You's getting shoved closer to the Camelot Kings side. The Fire Giant still has not been lit. In fact, the Leviathans have a chance to try and take this one away if need be. The Kings get the Fire Giant. Wrong You stunned out, and Captain Twig up on the tree, landing down to bail out Variety. Nearly eliminates Zapman, but it's Yarkor with an instant double kill off the Cavalry to do so. 3-for-2 trade for the Camelot Kings.
Fire Giant maintained on 3. Hardcore still healthy as well. No minion wave for him. And Big Man Tings on the chase.
Still isn't allowed back. 2 bombs now, this time by BMT. He's really doing his best to keep Final K in combat, not
he's
allowed
got
to back. Yarkor, a couple more autos would do it, but
does he have
the threat of Shinto might just be a little too much. Pump the autos right back in from range. Yarkor one shot away by Shinto, and he'll take him down. Now that's 3 without the buff.
I like the idea, just that much more even. I mean, even anecdotal evidence. First Fire Giant goes down, Leviathan's nowhere to be seen. Second one, they're starting to step up.
Half health on Fury. Variety there to play distraction, but it's 5 Leviathans to take down a single turtle. The Leviathans get their pick, but Captain Twig with a runic bomb in pocket will go ahead and try and knock down this Phoenix. It doesn't do as much damage as he was hoping.
Actually
barely
sticks, and Wrong You will resustain him, given a brief opportunity. Fire Giant pulled by the Camelot Kings, but it's the fight they want.
Zapman barely gets up into the sky in time. Variety and Captain Twig ready to chase down the Marty. A dunk down by Twig does get the beads and the Aegis away from Zap. And now Twig versus adapting. He's losing that because Shinto's there to help bail him out. A pick for the Atlantis Leviathans, and now a resurgence in the fight. Ultimate drop by Genetics. That separates the two teams out because Variety is so low in the fight. The BMT.
Fire Giant still hovered by the Camelot Kings, but it's 20 seconds on Twig's respawn, and the only one low is Wrong You.
Variety. Oh no, it just barely gets through to the back line here is Final K, but now Final K able to help force out Yarkor. Ultimate from Zapman and from adapting, diving in, will chase out Yarkor. The Leviathans have turned this game around in one fell swoop. It's a double kill for adapting to add on to the third that his team got just earlier on. And now a Fire Giant under the eyes of Leviathans.
Hyper-aggressive positioning there, J-Mac. I did not like the Camelot Kings sticking in the Fire Giant pit. 4v5. The Leviathans, sure, they're slightly behind, but that gold lead that you've been nursing for the last 35 minutes has depreciated over time. Economy not looking so good for the Camelot Kings, and Fire Giant to the Leviathans puts them in the driver's seat. Only two towers standing. Neither side confident in their ability to actually do the objective. Final K delivered to the back, but that's Odin. He's tanky. HP shield gets a lot of value, but it's a cage of Variety that might change things up.
Phantom Shell just to get Variety out. He gets pulled back into the coffin. Variety taking a lot of damage. One more shot from Shinto takes him down. And the Leviathan start off with a kill in the fight, but now Genetics has turned it back around. A dunk in by Captain Twig, but he's got to dash right back out. A few low health bars on the Atlantis Leviathans. Back online now. And a blink is there. Final K will lock in 2 inside the cage. It's Yark and BMT. They can't get to the pit. And it says to collapse in by the Leviathans. Yark is gone. BMT runs for only a few more feet before being knocked down by adapting in the Leviathans. And now, immediately back to the Fire Giant goes the Levi's, and the Camelot Kings have nothing they can do to stop this.
Man, I know Variety's at the top of the damage charts for his team. I am not super impressed by the space creation from Kuzenbo. He's dealing good damage, sure. Damage that's not sticking, though. Mid Phoenix knocked down by the Kings. A smart response. Need to get back to base quickly, though, as you've got 5 members of the Leviathan starting to work their way in. Is Twig going to base race it?
No, he's got to go back because there's 5 Leviathans inside the throne room. Variety and Genetics. Genetics will throw up the ultimate. Variety trying to bail out. Shinto nearly taken down. If Captain Twig can get there to help out and take him out, he will do so. The Leviathans.
We're hot on the retreat as we get back into it. Titan.
Wait, Variety
trouble.
Still alive there. The Titan does go down at the end. The Camelot Kings, even in their 3-stack and a revive there at the end. Still just not quite enough. The Atlantis Leviathans turn it around and take
just try and come back. That's a definite possibility here.
It's a risk, though.
Yep.
We'll find out whether or not that risk could pay off for him. Game 2 between the Kings and the Leviathans starts now.
That's right. Leviathans snagged game number 1 away from the Camelot Kings in a couple of late-game team fights, but now it's back up to the Camelot Kings to say if they can reclaim
some new things,
a win for themselves. Are the two teams is remember these guys seeding up for Masters. Final K, CC chained here by Captain Twig and Variety. A dunk in with the ultimate, but it's going to be a double pickup now from Final K. Stuns him. No, that just misses under the tower. Final K, not enough damage. And with a stun just off the mark, doesn't get the value he may have been hoping for.
Why does Lash proc Vital Amplifier? Doesn't anymore. Why did it previously? You know, so whether or not the heal steal procs it, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out a little bit later on. Maybe.
I think so, because Variety just walked over in defense stance, but now a pickup by Final K right into a whole heap of damage by Shinto and adapting. Variety low, Variety gone. And adapting gets credit for 1. It's 2 picks for the Leviathans.
That's exactly what you want to see. Death from
the
above.
Leviathans are now willing to group up on that right side if that blue buff becomes a threat. And now fight over on the left side. Ultimate used onto Adapting and Captain Twig, but the Rivers are there to help lock in Adapting, but Captain Twig runs right into Zapman. Needs one more shot, and Zapman's got it for the 1-for-1, but Genetics makes it a 2-1 trade out. Heal connects through by Wrong You and allows Zapman and himself to now bail back out to the tier 1.
Clean play. Early beads there from Adapting. Means that
what path he took to walk in, doesn't matter. He's going to go right back in with his own ultimate. Pushes Wrong You right back into Shinto and Yark. Ultimate there by Wrong You, but it delays the inevitable as Yarkor puts him down.
Still better than losing the gold. Or binding, excuse me, from Captain Twig. And fine, okay. He keeps delivering him to the tower, but not going to get a whole lot done, is he?
He's the stun a bit early, but maybe sets up for Adapting to go in. Typhoon does connect, and just enough damage from the Susanoo to take him down. Another kill for Adapting, but maybe a pick back on a Wrong You, caught out in the middle of the jungle. The Pyromancer is not a safe place for the support of the Leviathans.
Yeah, this is something we've seen a good deal from Baron Zombie support. Immediately from Genetics there. Has the positioning to pin Zap instead. Lets him go.
Adapting tries to get a pick towards Captain Twig, rooted in place, pulled back into the coffin, stunned, and the Typhoon after will just barely clip Twig, and Zapman hits him with the banner on landing.
Oh, he got the dash!
On Yarkor's dash is good. Aegis there to buy him a moment, but Zap's got the double kill, and Genetics on the run. The Leviathans find 2.
Steven Zap is in rare form here today.
2 runic bombs
Those
in
auto
pocket
attacks
for Genetics. Adapting spot on the ward, taunts before he can jet stream out, CC'd against the wall, and not even a chance to hit the ground. The Camelot Kings find a fast pick.
Is it fire?
Beeline back to the Fire Giant. Genetics pulls it. The Atlantis Leviathans have now got to answer back. Variety is, or I should say, Final Case nearby, but Variety is right behind. Misses the Fearless, but now it's Shinto showing up. The Camelot Kings, there's no way they can stick to the fire.
No, but they might be able to stick to the fight. Not a whole lot of ultimate pick potential here. Captain Twig's ult, so important for it, but Variety's been getting a lot done on this tier. Delivers Wrong You to the back line, loses his own life, but can you get the support as well? Yes.
Genetics takes down Wrong You, and now Zapman falling to Yark. It's only 2 left alive for the Leviathans, Adapting back up in 3 seconds, but the Kings have found the picks they were looking for. What started the Camelot Kings pull fire. Final Case here, but the river is up. Final Case got to go through the wall to steal this one, but the Kings get the Fire Giant. The Leviathans can't do much about this one. Final K throws out the ultimate, doesn't grab anybody this time, and Captain Twig will jump right in, and the CC chain can begin to his demise. The Camelot Kings get fire and a pick.
Man, the Camelot Kings, it's been this style.
The frontline weekend of the Leviathans, the Kings go back to fire.
It's a pretty long fight, and the Camelot Kings come out on the other end with every set of beads still available to pull. Onto Captain Twig. Beads finally used, but it costs Wrong You his life.
Shinto raining death from the sky, but not enough damage to BMT. Final K is back with his teleport, but it has to go all the way to the backline. Finds 3 with the ultimate, gets him 1 set of beads, but Final K dies as soon as it wears away. Even Variety falling low. Japman, not enough healing in kit to stay alive. And the Camelot
20 seconds on Zapman and Final K's respawn. Gotta make it happen quickly. Shinto so far forward. That's a free pick.
Beads gone. Aegis not even going to be used this time through. Golden Apple thrown out by BMT, but not going to matter there. Camelot Kings find a pick on the mid laner. Final K just now off of respawn. Zapman.
Minion wave starting to leak in through mid. Right side's got a little bit of leeway thanks to the efforts of Final K. Wrong You, the first target, thrown back, dropped low, removed by true damage. Captain Twig strikes first.
Golden Apple slams 2, and Shinto just dies in an instant to BMT. Variety's going to chase out Zapman, but the ultimate has been used, and now it's Zap, Adapting, and Final K to defend. 3 versus 5, couple ultimates still up, and Final K is going to surge right through, gets the breath, nearly takes out BMT. The Typhoon won't be enough to do it. Final K pulls them all right back to him, and Zapman goes down. A deicide triple kill for Yark, and Leviathans lose out on game 2. It's the Kings who tie it up.
The Camelot Kings, it's a different version.
The leg up, Trelly. We'll find out who it is in game 3 as we jump down to J-Mac and Mifflin.
Thank you so much, Gore and Trelly on the desk. Game number 3 between Leviathans, the Kings. One that will put them on match point and put them 1 step closer to clinching that first seed out of this. You don't have to wait till maybe you're useless late game through there. Final K, though, pushed against the wall. This time it's a turnaround gank towards him, but Not much going for. In fact, he gets a push on Variety under the tower. Now Adapting can show up. He eats one of the minions through. Variety heals, uses his second dash. Now he's got no ability. Sash lands onto Adapting, and it's a double push by FineOK. And a first blood served up nice for the Atlantis Leviathans. And maybe a chase continuing through. Adapting jumps in. Will try and keep up with Captain Twig. Blinks past, but it's a blink for Blink on the jungle. And I'm not sure Captain Twig could really try and out-secure this one. Minion should be back up for Adapting. He's just taking a couple of them away. Sash lands through, but Adapting will consume the blue out in mid, or even just completely blue door wide open in the jungle. Blink from Captain Twig. He'll take Adapting up to the sky. Where's the follow-up? It's all surrounding now for the Camelot Kings. Double Fearless sets up a kill for the Kings. Now FineOK on the run. He's got Boulder, but the chase in Variety just off the mark with the Fearless, but another sash by Twig. A push against the wall. Genetics showing up to try and slow him down, but he doesn't have a connection target. Gets it just now. Stun on a Fino under tower, but the Hercules lives on.
Is favored in as of right now. No ultimate for Captain Twig. Means if Regurgitate lands, would probably just hit Paydirt. Speaking of Paydirt, Variety, you're stuck.
Uses the ultimate. Adapting and the rest of the team still holding on to lead. Adapting does throw out the ultimate. Slows down, but Genetics is zoning 3 away. Goes back in, but he's pushed against the wall, and FineOK puts it down. 2 kills now for Leviathans, aiming for a third. Big Man Tings rooted out by Wrong You, but that ring bounce doing so much throughout. FineOK pulled back in, but Shinto has arrived to the scene to try and bail out the rest of his squad. Up into the home sweet home. FineOK picks up Captain Twig and hand delivers him to the Leviathans.
Yeah, Variety was
from
out.
This Najah. Said he's going to need to take somebody out of the field of play, but Gold Fury to the Leviathans. Captain Twig steps forward, and Adapting jumps out, but Shinto gets a hand-delivered kill, potentially by FineOK. It is there, and a slam down by the Baba Yaga. Now Variety into the back line, finds a push onto only one, and now he is on a full retreat out from the Leviathans.
So Captain Twig
is them at least a small lead back in the Camelot Kings. Adapting going for the wraparound towards Yarkor. This could be a massive pick for Leviathans if Adapting doesn't get spotted. But Variety, Adapting didn't even realize there was a tier standing by. Yarkor hit by the boulder, a jump over, ultimate for Variety off the mark, but Adapting just barely enough to chop through, but it's 1 for 1, and now Genetics showing up. It's FineOK here, but that leaves the tower over in the left side of the map. Zapman to the sky to get some snipes onto Captain Twig. To connect, needs the third shot for some extra damage, gets it there, and it's a left side Phoenix in trade for Leviathans.
A left side Phoenix. Whole lot of concern. Woof. That is not great, but maybe Zapman can fix it.
Oh, Captain Twig, he misses the sash. He stands in place, and that's an easy setup then for Adapting and Zapman. Now about in the jungle. Wrong You moves forward. The boulder does end up tapping 2. Genetics low. No, still has the ultimate available. Has to use it a little bit earlier than they maybe wanted. FineOK gets the push, and Shinto gets the potion toss. Variety over the wall. And the Camelot Kings on the run. Zapman, he's got snipes, gets 2 on the Yarkor, who was backing under the tower, didn't even realize what was happening. And it's 3 down on the Kings. The Leviathans pushed to the fire.
A lapse in judgment from Yarkor, just tries to get back to base. Starts moving after second shot, but Zapman just double clicks, makes some damage in the build. If he starts hitting someone, I mean, they'll get hurt.
He's got to hit someone though. Zapman caught out of dash. He can't get to the sky. Twig and Variety start out the fight strong. Now for the Camelot Kings.
Engagement. It'll be a steal attempt, maybe. Variety forward, off the mark, but does get the ult.
Does take away Shinto's ult. Now half HP on the fire. Captain Twig finds FineOK, but no one's keeping eyes on Adapting to the backside. Ultimate not up just yet for him. Could just walk into the pit and try and take this one away, or start up a fight after Wrong You is low in the middle of 5. Gets the dash back through, but goes down to the damage of Yark. Adapting, trying to chomp back through for as much as he can, and he isn't able to take down Freddy, who's 1 hit away. And ring toss bouncing between Shinto and FineOK will slow them down. And Captain Twig and Variety surge forward. Variety had no HP, and he's willing to go back in with the team.
FineOK. Are you able to make it out of here alive? Big Man Tings takes up the tower, and it is perfect aggro trading between each of them. Go ahead and stop that line of play, though. He's already connected up.
Blocks out a couple of autos with the wards, but the damage from Yark from outside the Phoenix is a bit too much. The bird is gone. FineOK finds 2 on the push, but the Kings are going to try their best to get out. Snaps her through, needs the last one from Zapman. It won't connect to Yark. Instead, it's Adapting to get the job done. Variety goes back in deep to the back line, but then there had been a mistake. You jumped in the middle of 5. The damage isn't there. The boulder just enough from FineOK to close the gap at just enough speed to keep going. And now Wrong You blinks forward, finds the stun onto Genetics. There's no ult for this Aphrodite. Root is good Potion pops from Shinto, not quite enough damage. Genetics lives, Big Man Tings at full, and Captain Twig keeping too busy.
Twig still got his ultimate, so should be able to ripcord. He's keeping adapting, guessing on the direction, adapting. Steps up, wrong way. Forced to disengage, but fine, okay, keeps connecting.
Shinto does too. These potions are slamming through, adapting on a killing spree. Captain Twig takes up one to the sky. It's probably the best one he had a chance of killing, and he doesn't even have that much chance. Zapman gets one, and Final K gets a boulder back. The fight went for so long, he gets two separate kills.
And you lose out on the Cloak of the Ascetic for Wrong You.
Damage from Ring to Captain Twig?
Where
did that damage come from? May have gotten a crit from his second ability to help him out there, but Zapman now off the map for 60 seconds. That opens the door for the Kings to go to the Fire Giant, but Final K is going to try and disrupt that opportunity. Wrong You stepping forward. Boulder a bit early from Final K, and a Runic Bomb not going to get this. It's the Kings with the Fire Giant. The Kings with one kill. The Kings trying for their second one, but Shinto trying to even the odds for the Leviathans, but just doesn't get the damage from the ults that he was hoping. Leviathans do lose out on left.
Twig starts channeling his own back. Maybe he's just worried about a back door.
Oh no, Shinto, he gets caught by the stun of the ultimate. Aegis a bit late for him, and Yarkor puts him down. Boulder from Final K will not get the value he's hoping for. Adapting, knocked down, and the Camelot Kings take game 3.
A roll of the dice puts the Camelot Kings into a favorable position.
It took a whole faith in adapting on Thor. We'll see if that works out here as we jump into game number 4. It's do or die for the Leviathans here against the Kings.
Yeah, well, the Leviathans push it to game number 5, where the Camelot Kings going to close it out with a 3-1. Well, those questions will be answered here in game number 4.
You're wondering why it's getting bought. It affects minions and the gods, so much better.
Yarkor in danger. We might be a little late on our prediction and player. Yarkor, though, gets a bit of a bailout. Genetics is here. Damage through. Double stun. Back once more.
Yeah, they're fine.
But now Captain Twig on the way through gets the blink in on top of Zapman. Nowhere to go. No, it's Captain Twig first blooding a Leviathan. It only took him 6 minutes is known for. Wall by adapting and a potion to go through, but it's a 1-for-1 trade on the Harpies. As Captain Twig will try and get his bailout. Ultimate from Shinto, trying to catch out Big Man Tings. The beads are gone for the Merlin, and Big Man Tings might be the next one to go down. It's Shinto now on the board for Leviathans.
An easy pickup for Shinto, who ults very early, just future sight from him, realizing he's got his opportunity. Final K has made the rotation as well. If that ultimate connects, Captain Twig probably just dead. Captain Twig probably just dead anyway. Here's the thing about eat minion, Doug, and go ahead and hover it if you feel like it. After you get a look at Zapman.
Over to Leviathans. Adapting's been able to fully catch back up. And now Shinto is over in the right lane for some reason. Final K is going to get picked up by Variety. Ultimate from Shinto. We'll throw down a couple of fire bolts and we'll be good. But Captain Twig going to take down Final K, all the while just enough damage to make it a 1-for-1.
Yeah, Shinto essentially forced to make that rotation because Big Man Tings
shows up, but immediately has to jump on the horse and ride to safety.
That Heavenly Banner was pretty close to taking away the Gold Fury. Speaking of, Variety pretty close to death's door here and will be knocked down. 4-man core of the Leviathans make short work of the Soul Laner. And the Pyromancer, although still alive, won't be for much longer. The Camelot Kings without Variety will not be rotating in. So instead, where do you go? Zapman's already used the horse.
He used his beads, but maybe not necessary to try and do that. Probably dead anyways, with or without them. Camelot Kings advance back with their 3rd kill of the game, 4 for Leviathans. And
Genetics, Voltron together, teaming up, want to take out Zapman. That ultimate's coming up soon.
Waiting out? Oh no, it's not. It's not soon enough for Zapman. There's no beads and no chance he walks up. He can't even zone the minions back at his own side of the map.
A bit more willing to take that team fight. Red buff stripped away. Variety left alone. Takes a whole lot of damage. Slow should connect, and it does. Variety's going to do as much as he can before he falls. Shinto, credit for the kill this time around. Genetics did not have mana for both Kiss and Ultimate. Pyromancer now the call. Able to pull it immediately. Variety in first, and he's got adapting.
Takes the beads away from the Thor. Final K in the middle of 2. Fighting against the mages. Does get the stun on Genetics. And Firebolts from the House of Shinto is doing a lot of damage. Zapman, credit for the final hit, but the damage there by Shinto. That gives the Leviathans an edge.
The Pyromancer is pulled finally. Big Man Tings and Twig on the way in, but too little, too late. Atlantis Leviathan strike first.
Adapting, forced to the sky, but can't get there. It's a 1-1 trade. Captain Twig blown up the second he walks in. Variety spinning as fast as he can, will preemptively beads, but a ride in on the
done.
horse. It's Zapman with the double, Zapman with the triple. The Leviathans fighting back against the Camelot Kings. They get their pick, they get the pyro.
Zapman is
Fire
in
Giant.
rare form.
It's gonna take a moment here for Big Man Tings to get in, but he's being zoned out now by Shinto and Fine OK. Big Man Tings trying to go for the loop around, but now he's been cut off once more. It's Fine OK through, and Shinto diving to the back line as well as adapting. Slams an ultimate on top of BMT and Genetics. The wall isn't good, but Captain Twig has started out with a double kill now. Fire Giant to the Leviathans, but at what cost? 3 have gone down.
Yeah, do not think the Leviathans were expecting that much.
Fine OK, if he can stick near Wrong, you can get some of that benefit. Dive onto Captain Twig. Twig will heal back up, adapting in the sky. Dunk down target. It's an ultimate from Captain Twig and a dunk in for adapting. A pick for the Leviathans to keep this fight going. Meanwhile, Rongyu's keeping 3 busy in the jungle. Yarkor's by himself. He's used the Aegis. He still has the beads, but he's being slowed to eternity and back. Fine OK nearly takes it down himself, and it's actually predicting the path of Yarkor. Doesn't see him come out of stealth just yet. Rongyu even joining in.
See ya.
And Fine OK knocks him down.
Captain Twig too far forward, eliminated by the
Variety?
Leviathans. Variety left high and dry, scattered to the winds. Will try his best to turn on to adapting, gets the beads, and that's all he'll be taking. So it's 3 dead now for the Camelot Kings. It was actually a very intelligent play from the Leviathans. Fine OK says, I will initiate, and Captain Twig will leap. Adapting, you got me, and Adapting says, yes, sir. Zapman says, you know what, I'm going to help out too. Hops onto the horse. Fight split because Shinto and Rongyu are chasing out the core of the Camelot Kings. And from there, the Kings fall apart. Now it's the Leviathans with every bit of the advantage.
3 towers on map for Leviathans to knock down, but still 17 seconds for Yarkor, a little bit longer than that for Variety. Should at least be a tier 2 in mid, maybe more for Leviathans. They're pushing forward, don't really have a minion wave to deal with this, but it's enhanced Fire Giant, so they don't need the minion wave. Into the backline goes Fine OK, but it's Captain Twig on top of adapting, chomping away, but he doesn't have the damage to stand through. It takes down the 1-for-1 trade, but now with Yark back online, the Leviathans cannot go any further forward.
That might just be it for the Fire Giant power play. We've seen a lot of teams on the Fire Giant. It's on 4. No damage into the Phoenixes just yet. It's Variety taking the most of his damage.
So Fine OK hits him back down. Silence just off the mark for Yarkor. The
Got
Variety
him.
is gone. Adapting is also in danger for himself. No, Shinto falls down. Double kill for Captain Twig. Adapting full HP. He will use the wall. Cuts off the path of the Camelot Kings. He'll bail out the Atlantis Leviathans on that. If I'm not mistaken, damage mitigation as well.
And he's already hitting hard.
And Fine OK
Look at
is,
him go.
he up-downs in place. Well, he's got backup now from Rongyu, but Captain Twig can do just this. Enough damage to make it a 1-for-1 trade. So 4 lives. Zapman charges in, slams the Variety with the ultimate, but his only Variety. Shinto firing a couple of firebolts back through. 1-for-1 at the end of the fight.
Man, all that Kings pull the Fire Giant. You've got it.
Get going now, though. Fine OK will return to the fray here in just a second. Variety and Captain Twig have dove onto the back line of Zapman. That was the win con for the Kings in game number 3, but it's not enough just yet. Captain Twig still didn't find the pick, adapting up into the sky. Dunks down. Big Man Ting saved by Genetics. While Final K's in the middle of 3, swings the hammer right down on top of Variety, and Final K's still alive, still charging forward, and it's Shinto to knock down Variety.
Captain Twig low,
Captain
Big Man
Twig.
Ting.
Will drop down the ultimate, gets caught there by a minion for a moment, but Final K is going to show up, gets the Scorching Blink after, chases him with the ultimate, and keeps Captain Twig away from everything, and a dunk by adapting. Twig is off the map. Variety now stuck behind the wall. His cutoff is there. Shinto going to chase forward, adapting, trying to slow him down. Needs another wall, but it's Fine OK, and Shinto to deal the brunt of the damage. The house is down. The coffin is sealed. Shinto knocks down a second.
Captain Twig's been playing a whole lot of duel, and that would have worked. Could just be the game.
Rongyu and Shinto spotted Genetics and BMT. Now adapting will stun with the wall. Sunder from Rongyu. Damage from BMT off the mark. Dunk in by adapting. Ultimate early by Genetics, but it's still just in time to save him. Aegis is there. It does a lot back. But Zapman will drop BMT 4. Still alive throughout that. Will zone him away from the team. It's 4 versus 3. Shinto up into the house, firing those bolts over towards Yarkor. Forces the dash out, and Genetics steps forward. Fire Giant still hasn't been taken down. It's a quarter HP. There's a chance for Yark to steal away, but the Leviathans get the fire. And Final K has shown up. A double ult to the back line. And now Genetics still without an ultimate, but Captain Twig's doing so much to the back. He's able to take 1 before Zapman earns himself a double kill. Genetics and Yarkor still being chased away by Final K.
Oh,
and
that's gotta be it.
Gets a wall to lock him down, slows by Final K, and Wrong You with the wall. Takes another one down. Genetics just gets the ult in time, but is it enough time? Final K with the hammer and a help from Wrong You. Double for Zap, double for Wrong You. The Leviathans with 4 should be able to walk right into the throne room with the help of Zapman. It's up to BMT on his own to knock back 4 from the Leviathans. He's got a lot of damage. Does he have enough to keep the Leviathans at bay? Adapting, zoning himself so far through, but a wall, a double tap, a spin. It's not enough. Big Man Tings gets back to the fountain. Now the bead's gone from him, and the Titan's not taking a whole lot of damage. Even with the Runic Bomb, Big Man Tings is still keeping this through. Flicker away. Adapting's not enough to take him out, but it is enough for Leviathans to take us to Game 5.
Smite fans, did you think for a moment we would have gone through this entire
between the two of them, the Season 8 World Champs and the Season 9 World Champs, taking each other on here for their trip to Masters. We'll find out who wins it all right after this.
Who's gonna take game number 5? Will it be the Leviathans? Will it be the Kings? It all comes down to this. One final matchup. The best of 5 so far here in this final best of 5 of the playoffs. 2v2 to the solo lane to get things started. Captain Twig blinks in, gets Deathbane on top of Final K, taunts him right back into the Tallow Assault, and it's first blood for Captain Twig. Adapting, able to teleport himself out. A bit more important for old Captain Twig. He'll dive in, he'll throw the ultimate immediately onto Final K, waits for the leap, gonna taunt back through after the ultimate is used.
Oh my god.
And Captain Twig now 2 on the board.
Quite literal perfect execution there from Captain Twig. We'll see if Adapting can replicate some of that magic. Just needs a little bit more damage into Variety, and it will be enough. Variety taken to the sky as the Lord of the Dragon Seas finds his first execute of the game. Zapman.
The horse immediately. Does Zaptic have teleport to chase out? He will immediately blink right back in. Has a lot of damage with the dragon, so he'll flicker right back inside, and another consume of the dragon. Adapting now also with 2 kills for himself.
Yeah, so if both junglers are camping, you'd lose out on maybe a Heavenly Sprint or an Ong or something along those lines. Shinto up to the sky.
Lord. That's just Shinto's damage. Maybe Wrong You grows the ultimate. The dash just a little shy, but Adapting is there to save the day and finish off the kill. 3 in a row for Adapting.
When he hits everything,
My
Captain
God,
Twig had dedicated so much of his kit to trying to secure that kill that he didn't have a whole lot left for disengage. Big Man Tings.
What?
He's just falling for it. They're just not ready for the CC lockdown, the CC combo of
Unrelenting
Shinto.
will continue his efforts at trying to find a pull while Adapting has not given up on the right side of the map. He'll go in for yet another execute, and Variety does not go beads this time. Instead, it's a Sunder for him too, and Adapting has free reign on the right side, at least in the jungle for his squad.
Yeah, literally double.
Tier 1 tower gone for Variety. Adapting's got ultimate again. He's going to join right back in, and now it's Captain Twig joining the fray. Quick link out for Adapting. Turns around, throws the dragon at Variety, but now Captain Twig gonna go in with an ultimate of his own. Adapting still fighting back through, even despite the ultimate on top of the poison. Will now spread over, but Captain Twig has stuck around for too long, and it's Shinto who wants a piece of the pie for the kills this time through. But the Wrong You here drops down the ultimate to give himself a little bit of extra tankiness for his team. Genetics stands forward to zone now because Variety's low. Shinto pulled back with a wall by Wrong You. Keeps him from flying too far, but Variety does not care how far you go back. He'll make sure to put you in the coffin. A root on a Wrong You, and damage from Big Man Tings will keep the Camelot Kings alive. Gone from the Oracles, but still a ward there. Wrong You steps forward and keeps them away. Final K finds a triple ultimate in the backline. Yarkor already down to half, and Final K zooming forward, gets the war cry on 3 while Shinto rains hell from above. But a couple of aces keep them alive for a moment. Adapting, shuts down 1. Big Man Tings thrown through the realms by Zapman, and on landing will die to Leviathan. Zapman, credit for the kill, and Adapting and Final K, they'll dive to the Tier 1 tower. They want more than just their 2. They want a 3rd one. Genetics will ult to buy some time as Final K nearly goes down to Variety. He's got to get the bailout, doesn't do so. It's a double in the backline for Zapman as Variety grabs 1, but Adapting, no ultimate's got to do it with all of his might to take down Variety. Luckily for him, he's got the full might of the squad behind him.
The Leviathans are absolutely rolling through the Camelot Kings. Would like to have the minion wave. I'm watching the frontliners. Final K in first. There's the initiation.
Goes for the ult, but doesn't get too much beyond there. Instead, he's the one who gets absolutely blown up. The apple detonates, but a mid-Phoenix traded for his life. 1 minute on the respawn of Fine OK, but a man advantage for the Camelot Kings. Zapman teleports out. Adapting. That's two fairly tanky targets. Zapman's here, misses the ultimate on a Captain Twig, and it's now a fight against Variety, who's running as fast as he can on the horse and gets just enough distance. Adapting can't close that gap, but goes right through with the blink. Has the beats and gets the execute. Variety is gone. Captain Twig jumping out as far as he can, but he taunts Fine OK back to him. But Adapting lands into a lot of damage. Big Man Ting's doing the best he can, and Shinto in the sky just a little too far off to find the pig. Genetics with the landfall, doesn't grab anything this time through, and it's headed. It's a turn and burn back. Captain Twig finds a taunt. Fine OK gets the knockup, and Zapman gets the kill. It's 2 down on the Kings.
2 dead, 40 seconds on nearest respawn. Fine OK has teleport.
Now must regroup. Fire Giant resustaining some of the tankier members of the team. But right side Bird, potentially the next call. Variety just W key ultimates right into the back line, gets beads away from 2, and Zapman is now gone. Have the Camelot Kings found a way back in? No, it's Adapting with the execute on Variety. Big Man takes down Shinto. 3 in the middle of all of the chaos, and it's Adapting coming out big. Triple, quad, one more. Can Adapting get it? No, it's just a little too far for Genetics, but Adapting is grab 4 in this game. He will not let this one go. He wants his own unofficial Penta this time through, but he may just let Genetics live because the Atlantis Leviathans, in one fell swoop of a fight, it's Adapting coming up massive for Leviathans to win out in 5.
The Camelot Kings very nearly held their own on the tail end. One massive ultimate from Variety, but something that we had seen coming for the entirety of this match. Tanks without beads need beads against Ao Kuang. Those ults are massive. Hits a 4-man dunk